Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing a tag that is less about books and more about me so that you guys can get to know me. I have loved watching these from other booktubers because it's so much fun to sort of get to know things outside of their booktube channels, because then, you know, you really get to know somebody instead of just what their tastes in books are. So yes, let's just jump in and I'll tell you a little bit more about me. So the first question is, what do you study or what is your job? And I am out of college, university, whatever. I graduated in 2008 and I studied, it was communication studies, which is sort of like a broad definition for like marketing and television production and all of these other things. It was just a ton of stuff lumped into one because I went to a liberal arts university, so there wasn't really like, you know, set tracks that people went on. And I also had a minor in studio art with sort of a focus in photography. And yeah, that's what I studied at university. I have had several jobs since I graduated. I started out in a company that sold healthcare software. It was Medicare pricing software, and I was an event manager or event planner for them. And then I ended up leaving that company and I went to a healthcare company or an insurance company, and I did community outreach for the Medicaid population, specifically TennCare. And so I was responsible for something like 12 counties or 10 counties in my state, where I would go out and do like health fairs and tell people, you know, what their insurance covered, and get them screened for different preventative health things. And I went to a lot of schools and talked to kids about health, and it was like this crazy job. It sort of fit into the event planning category. But then when I left that job, I went to where I am now, which is I work for a local television station doing their internet and social media, and I work on the different live events and television shows that we produce. So I do a variety of things like every job that I've held, and predominantly I am their sort of like internet person, and then I have directed television shows. I've done instant replay on live sporting events, camera, floor director, you name it, I have done it at some point, and it's been fun. I actually had a credit on one of our shows for boom pole operator, so yeah, it's definitely an eclectic job, but that's what I do now. Question 2 is, what is your favorite social media channel? And if you'd asked me this question like a year ago, I would have said Instagram. I used to love Instagram, but now I think I'd have to say Twitter. I spend so much time on Twitter. I always have like TweetDeck open in my Google Chrome and am constantly checking Twitter, and I just love it. Question 3 is, if you had another channel, what would it be about? And it's funny because this channel actually was something completely different when it started, and if you go back to my very first video, it is embarrassing. It's like a follow me around vlog, and I have tried since then to do more of those, but it's always just awkward. People stare at you. And I also did beauty videos for a little while, but I'm just not that into that as far as like me doing makeup. I wear makeup like once a week. So I think that if I were to make another channel, it would be about food and exercise, because that's sort of the other thing that I really enjoy, and just sort of about that journey. And probably some planner videos, because I am a giant planner nut. I love my planner, and I have considered doing a video about my planner on this channel, but I don't know that anyone would be interested, because to me it sort of goes hand in hand with some of these things, but I think that might be a stretch. So it would probably be about food, exercise, planners, you know, just a general lifestyle channel. Question 4 is, do you play an instrument? I don't. I can play instruments, but I am terrible at them. I played the clarinet for a few years in middle school, and I hated it. I was terrible, and it was funny because when I finally quit band and was like, I'm done, we didn't tell my dad for like 6 months, and I don't know how he didn't realize he wasn't going to any concerts, but he didn't, and yeah. So I played clarinet, but I was terrible. And I took piano lessons. I can still play some stuff on the piano. Like I have this one Christmas book that I play sometimes at Christmas, but it's so simple, and that is literally the only piano book that I can like play. I don't know how I ever read sheet music, because to me now I'm like, this makes no sense. Question 5 is, what are your other hobbies outside of reading? I scrapbook. I don't do it as much as I used to. I scrapbooked like every single year of my high school years. Hilariously, on Friday nights, sometimes my best friend and I would be at all-night scrapbooking parties at the local scrapbook store with all the moms making baby books, and it was just like us, two 16, 17-year-old teenagers staying up until 6 a.m. scrapbooking. Yeah, so lame. But they were fun. They were really fun. So I like to scrapbook. I feel like my planner is kind of a hobby just because I like to make stickers and stuff for it, and I actually designed my planner myself in Photoshop. Cooking, sort of. I bake. I like to cook. I'm not the best at it. I pretty much have to follow a recipe. Let's see, what else? I have a lot of like random hobbies that I sort of half-ass, and yeah. I crochet. I can crochet. I don't do a ton of it again, but I can crochet, and I enjoy it when I actually do it. Photography is definitely a hobby. Like I said, I minored in it in school, so I do like to take pictures. I always get roped into taking headshots of everybody and their mom at work for our website, but it's fun because I get to use, you know, my photography training. Let's see. That's probably about it. I mean, there are other hobbies, but I can't think of them off the top of my head, so I'm not going to sit here and just like waffle about it until I do. So question 6 is, what are some of your favorite TV shows? I really liked How I Met Your Mother when it was on. I'm actually rewatching it right now with my fiance who's never seen it, so we're on season 9, and I'm like, good, because I want to know his reaction to the ending. I really like The Big Bang Theory. I watched Reign on the CW, and I love Top Chef. Like, Top Chef has always been one of my favorites, and the most recent season just ended, and it was really good. Not as good as Las Vegas, because Las Vegas was the best season ever, but it was good, and I really enjoyed that. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's a lot of shows that have sort of like gone off air. I used to really enjoy Wizards of Waverly Place on Disney Channel. I watch a lot of Disney Channel. I can't even explain myself except that I love those cheesy shows. Question number 7 is, what got you into reading? And I have said this before. I will link my reading history video over here, and then I recently posted a video about my favorite books over time, and that sort of talks a little bit about it as well. But my mom was a teacher, and she just read to my sister and I a lot when we were kids, and yeah, I guess that was where my love of reading started. Question 8 is, what are some of your favorite and least favorite genres? I would say favorite, I really enjoy historical fiction, and I like fantasy, but I don't know that I really have any like standout one favorite genre, because I kind of enjoy a little bit of everything. I like contemporary books a lot too. I would say my least favorite would probably be horror. I might have read like one horror book, but anything that is like creepy or involves serial killers or lots of murder things, I'm done. I am out. I do not watch horror movies. I barely even watch CSI because I am so easily freaked out by that kind of stuff. So anything horror or like really terrifying thriller, I'm out. Number 9 is, what books define your childhood? And again, I've already linked it and I'll put it in the down bar, but my reading history as well as my favorite books over time have a lot more detail about this, but Wacky Wednesday, absolutely. When I think of childhood, I think of that book and The Boxcar Children. Those are the two things that when I think of books and childhood, immediately I go to those. So number 10 is, tell an interesting fact about yourself. And I never know what to say for these things because I don't know what you guys are going to think is interesting. So I just picked a couple of things to sort of like spout random knowledge about me. The first one is that when I was in elementary school, my school was a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, and one of the things that Blue Ribbon Schools of Excellence get to do or participate in is you can make Christmas ornaments, and then they pick certain ones from the different schools to be hung on the White House Christmas tree. And the year that my school was picked as a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, I made this, it was like a pressed paper ornament that I had drawn. I can't remember, I think it was 6 geese a-laying, because the one I have is 7 maids a-milking or something. It was something from the 12 Days of Christmas, but mine got chosen, and so my Christmas ornament hung on the White House Christmas tree that year, and I got to be interviewed by the news and everything, and it was really, it was fun, as I think I was in 3rd grade, and so it was really exciting for a 3rd grader. Hilariously, the day they came to interview us for the news, the girl and I who both got picked, our ornaments got picked, we were in this play that was like a penguin play, and so we'd had to dress all in black for the play. And so we both looked like mimes because we were wearing all black, and it was hilarious and weird. So another random tidbit about me, in 5th grade I actually got red-eyed tree frogs as pets. They are quite possibly the most boring pet ever because, you know, frogs move around and everything and are fun to look at. You can't like touch them and take them out because they'll jump everywhere. So we had them in like a terrarium with this really cool habitat that we had made for them, and you would have to like mist it every once in a while because they're from the jungle, so having them in the United States, especially like in the winter, can be difficult. But they sleep during the day. They're nocturnal, so you don't really see them. Like when you're awake, they're asleep, because as long as the lights are on, they sleep. And so in order to like see them and actually get to see how cool they look, like their colors and everything, we had like a red lamp that you could turn on that they didn't register as light, and so we'd have to turn that on and go down there at like midnight or like 1 in the morning to see them because they were always sleeping. So they were kind of boring pets, but it was kind of fun to sort of play, where does the frog sleep this time? Because they slept in the weirdest places in this thing, and you would have to hunt for them. So yeah, that's another random thing about me. So that's it for the Booktube About Me tag, and I enjoyed doing this. I hope that you enjoyed learning some random things about me. If you do this video, definitely link it down below or just let me know because I would love to watch yours. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!